Let me ask you a question. Do you ever watch your own crap afterwards? I don't mean crap, but do you ever watch yourself?
I do, and I probably should more than I do anyway, just to sort of like, analyze my mannerisms and whatnot. I know I've got a number of ums and uhs, which I've managed to reduce, thankfully.
Mhm.
But and there are other things that I probably could do to improve my performance. But yeah, why do you ask?
Because I used to do it a lot more when I was first appearing on different shows or doing my own work. So I would do it religiously. Like I would always review it afterwards and just sort of watch, how I handle a moment or whatever. And I do it less now that I'm producing more content. I just don't have the time to review everything
Yeah.
that I do. But I would think that the reason I ask that is I'm thinking, like, does he ever actually watch himself and sort of step out and like just re-examine, okay, how did that come across? Did that come across the way I wanted to? Am I sending the message that I'm hoping the public is going to get? Because it's almost as if he's oblivious, like he's just completely oblivious and not he's so lacking in any sort of self-awareness as far as recognizing that, hey, this is playing really poorly. I'm looking like a jackass. And to sort of take note of that and say, okay, how am I going to remedy this next time? If only because he's such a narcissist and he's always looking out for himself. So, if only for that reason alone, that's a reason to sort of step back and say, okay, look, I look kind of psycho when I'm jumping from one moment here to another moment, one mood to another mood, or
Mhm.
if I'm screaming defensively all the time. It's not playing well, and I need to sort of remedy that the next time I'm talking about this, which invariably will be with the next 5 days or so. So, and that's why you only get that if you actually look at review your own work rather than just do it and cut and move on to the next thing without looking at it again. You don't get a chance to self-assess. So that's why I was wondering. I was wondering if I'm the only one who would do that, or if that was a common thing. I figured you were a good person to ask.
Hmm.
So,
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, I think that anyone that really wants to improve their performance at their craft, generally is going to do that at least to a certain extent, right? I think
mhm,
that someone who is maybe at his level maybe wouldn't. I mean, because he's been acting for so long, right? Like he's been a quote unquote A-lister for decades at this point. I mean, and it's not exactly a secret that he's known around Hollywood and elsewhere to be someone who's thinks very highly of himself,
right.
right? I mean, he's in a different category. He's Alec Baldwin. He's not a pleb. So I wouldn't be surprised if he assuming that he did do that at some point, if he stopped doing that a long time ago,
Mhm,
just because he's like, well, I know my performance and my performance is great because I'm
could be.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, it could be.